Voyager Digital stock has been skyrocketing over the past few days here over some news that was released by the company. In this video, I'm going to go through what news was released, how it impacts the company, as well as my updated price targets on the stock, as well as what I'm doing, buying, selling, or holding. So Voyager Digital is a cryptocurrency trading platform that has been on fire over the past few days here, now trading around a market cap of $1 billion. Now this is a stock I analyzed back a few weeks ago. I've been buying it pretty heavily since the beginning of January, as the opportunity I see in this is just massive, and we're going to go through it in this video here. If you don't know what Voyager is, they're essentially a cryptocurrency trading platform that allow commission-free trading as well as interest on your holdings. So essentially, if you hold one Bitcoin, you get around 5.5% annualized interest on that, which is a really neat feature that really differentiates themselves against companies like Coinbase or BlockFi. I think they offer around over 50 different crypto assets, as well as 20 of which offer interest. Anyways, I'm not going to go through what Voyager is in this video fully. If you want to see that, I have a full analysis on it. I'm going to put it first link in the description. Anyways, this is really what kickstarted this giant move in the stock price that we've seen. And it was after the Robinhood incident where they started restricting people from buying certain stocks like AMC and GameStop and Nokia. I think they banned like 50 stocks at one point, and people got pretty angry and started moving to different platforms. One of those platforms was Voyager, and we're going to kind of go through this here. On January 28th at 8 p.m., they announced, "We apologize for the inconvenience. Our app is experiencing intermittent outages due to the unprecedented growth. All funds are safe. We've been seeing 100 new accounts a minute and are increasing our capacity." Now, this is absolutely huge, and it's what really kickstarted this move in the stock price, because people started to realize that something was up. People are moving from Robinhood to Voyager, and that's big. Now, this is really what certified that, and this news was released yesterday. Voyager Digital announces record 250,000 downloads of the Voyager app during a 3-day period. In the second here, I'm going to do a comparison between their accounts, or their total accounts at the end of 2020 and their total accounts now. And you're really going to see why this is so huge for Voyager. Essentially, Voyager, a publicly traded licensed crypto asset broker that provides investors with turnkey solutions to trade crypto assets, today announced that the Voyager Digital app was downloaded a record 250,000 times during the 3-day period ended January 21st of 2020. With the Voyager app reaching a high of number 18 in the App Store rankings in the United States on Friday, January 29th of 2020. They were unranked before, and they jumped to number 18 in the matter of a couple days. In addition, the company announced that the Voyager app processed over 1 million trades during the month of January 2021, compared with 200,000 trades that were processed in December of 2020. And keep in mind, this barely includes these 250,000 new accounts. Anyways, we are extremely excited by this rapid influx of new customers we've experienced in such a short time frame, said Steve Ehrlich, co-founder and CEO of Voyager Digital. To support this growth, we are constantly enhancing our systems and will continue to onboard customers in a very judicious manner to ensure every user gets the very best Voyager experience. Now, this really changed something for me as to how I view Voyager. You see, recently, over those past couple analysis videos that I did on Voyager, I just assumed that as cryptocurrencies would continue to grow and the sentiment around them would continue to grow bullish, that more people would slowly pour into Voyager and realize their potential as a platform, and people would really start using them as a crypto broker. But what's happened here is we have 250,000 new downloads of their app over the past 3 days. I wasn't expecting this for maybe another 2 years, and they did this in 3 days. Now, if that doesn't say something about how beneficial this is to their business, I don't know what does. I mean, originally their target was $20 billion in customer assets by 2025. And in my opinion, that was originally conservative, and the management said that as well, even before this rapid growth in customers. Keep that in mind. They had 40,000 accounts by the end of 2020. They were expecting around 1 million by the end of 2025. Well, they just gained 240,000 accounts in the past 3 days. And assuming that this growth is somewhat kept up, over the past couple days here, they're probably sitting well over 300,000 now. Well along their way to getting 1/3 of their total goal. Now, obviously, they also factored in an average account size increase of 35% per year for the next 5 years here, assuming that accounts would go to around $20,000 in average value, which I think will just happen over time. And again, if we just continue adding accounts the same way we've been doing over the past few days here, or maybe not at the same pace, but at a quick pace, I don't think that's going to matter as much. And given the fact that they're expanding into Canada by the end of March, in Europe by the end of July and August, this is a huge opportunity for this company. And I think they could hit $1 million in funded accounts by the end of 2022, which is much earlier than their previous expectations of 2025. Now, in terms of how to factor revenue from this, the CEO has said that to find their revenue, you take their total assets and take around 10% of that. And that's their total revenue. And keep in mind, that's high profit revenue. That's like 80% gross margin. I actually clarified that on a conference call that he was on about a week or two ago. And he mentioned that margins on their revenue is around 80%. Very similar to a software as a service company, which are valued pretty richly. So given all of that, here are my price targets for Voyager. A base target of around $20 billion of assets under management, which is conservative according to management, and very conservative given this recent update that we had around account growth. This equates to around $2 billion in revenue, given that 10% of revenue or 10% of customer assets is equal to revenue, and a price to sales of 10, which is cheap compared to what Coinbase is expected to IPO at. We can expect a market cap of around $20 billion and a price target of around $176 per share, or 19.5x upside around its current share price of $9 per share. And if we look at a bullish target, which in my opinion could very well happen even before 2025, keep in mind these are 2025 predictions, at $30 billion in assets under management, we can expect around $3 billion in revenue, and at again a price to sales of 10, we can expect a market cap of $30 billion, or a price target of $264 per share, or almost 30x upside from its current share price of $9 per share. Now, I know if you use metrics from the past year, or if you used analyst expectations of revenue from 2021 or 2022 expected revenue, this seems very overvalued, even at its current price. But given this growth that they're experiencing and the growth that they will continue to experience, this is a very undervalued company. And given the fact that they could experience $2 billion in annual revenue by 2023 or 2024, I'm very confident holding Voyager, and that's why I've been buying it over the past few weeks here. And again, this is a very volatile stock, which is why I always buy on the bloody red days. We had a great opportunity over the past kind of 2 weeks here, where we had a big downtrend, about a 50% drop from Voyager, going all the way down to $4 per share. Now it's obviously bounced back, but keep in mind this is a volatile stock, so it's great to take advantage of those red days if you really believe in their business model, which is something I really believe in and why I took advantage of those red days. So in terms of what I'm doing with buying, selling, or holding, I think we can cross selling off the list there. I won't be selling the stock unless my bullish case gets exceeded and this stock goes to $200, $300 per share. I really think the opportunity for this company is massive. Their product is so great. They're expanding into stocks and equities in the next year here, which is going to be incredible and open up a completely new kind of opportunity for Voyager to expand into the stock market and become a real brokerage. So if I had to pick, I'm currently holding, but I'd be fine adding to my position if the stock dipped, because things don't go up in a straight line, and eventually this stock will have to fall a certain amount. How much? I don't know. When? I don't know. This stock could go up another 100% and then dip 20%. Then we'd be back at $16, $18 per share. I don't know what's going to happen in the short term. But what I do know is that in the long term, this is a company that will really take advantage of the shift that we're seeing into cryptocurrencies, and is one of the best ways to play it, in my opinion. If you haven't really looked into this company yet, I recommend you looking at my analysis. Again, the first link in the description. I really appreciate all of you guys watching this, and I hope to see you guys next time.